this race, taking on the likes of Berman. It's a 5-2 shot. He's got an official rating of 98 for Adel McGuinness and Ronan Whelan. So every chance here of notching up a first victory for this yard. It's a 9-2 for A Breaking Story, 8-1 Stormy Bell, and 33-1 and Big of the Rest. Rejoin us for live commentary at 3:55. Gowr Park 320. First number 17 Historia, 5-2 favourite. Second number 6 Cathy Con Leche, 10-1. Third number 7 Calon, 11-1. Northerners 9, 12, 19 and 20, 16 ran. Fourth race on the card at Gowr Park this afternoon was the maiden for 3-year-olds plus over the extended 9-furlong trip, and the Joseph Murphy trained Historia, daughter of Camelot, who's had 5 previous starts and has an official rating of 74, set the standard on those to have achieved a handicap mark and powered to clear the hands of Gary Carroll from the furlong pole to win with something to spare over Cathy Con Leche in the likely race Calon. Plenty of promise as well in behind from Ambitious Approach. He was nowhere near fourth from an impossible draw in stall 20. We'll be returning to Gowr for race 5. We continue at 3:55 with a conditions event for 3-year-olds plus over the 1 mile trip. There are 6 runners in opposition on the latest show. Mia Maria is the even money favourites for Trinidad Well. Oisin Orr on board the slightly raced daughter of Dan Silly, who was successful in maiden company over this trip at the Curragh before finishing 9th of 12 in a Group 3 at the Curragh behind Goddess, and has an official rating of 93 coming into this race. Taking on the likes of Berman. It's a 5-2 shot. He's got an official rating of 98 for Adel McGuinness and Ronan Whelan. So every chance here of notching up a first victory for this yard. It's a 9-2 for A Breaking Story, 8-1 Stormy Bell, and 33-1 and Big of the Rest. Rejoin us for live commentary at 3:55. Gowr Park 320. First number 17 Historia, 5-2 favourite. Second number 6 Cathy Con Leche, 10-1. Third number 7 Calon, 11-1. Northerners 9, 12, 19 and 20, 16 ran. And welcome back then as we go live to Gowr once again. The runners are now down at the start for race number 5 in the card. We continue with a conditions race over the 1 mile trip. Field of 6 runners in opposition, and Mia Maria is the 5-4 favourite representing Trinidad Well. Oisin Orr on board. She was successful on her seasonal return at the Curragh in a 1 mile maiden contest in mid-July. She was pitched into Group 3 company thereafter, finishing 9th of 12, but far from disgraced, only 5 lengths behind Aidan O'Brien's Goddess at the Curragh in the Snow Ferry Philly Stakes Group 3, dropping back in class here, the 5-4 favourite to register a second win from just 4 starts. 3-1 in the price about Bowerman, who was fairly lightly raced for trainer Roger Varian. He's had a couple of starts for New Connections and ran a race full of promise when chasing home I Am Superman at Naas in a similar event to this over the 7 furlong trip before disappointing in listed company at Killarney, but it's another that's dropping back in class here this afternoon, and he's a 3-1 chance here, the mouse of Ronan Whelan. 3-1 then for Breaking Story, who escapes a penalty having won a maiden at the Curragh on debut at a big price, beating I Am Superman, but was unable to build on that in 3 subsequent starts. Been off the track since finishing down the field at Naas towards the end of April, and it's been given a nice break by Sheila Lavery. Robbie Colgan takes them out and has been quite well supported in the market as well. It's a 3-1 from 4-1 in an intriguing betting heat, it has to be said. Stormy Bell is a 6-1 chance, rated 86, a little bit to find with the top 3 in the market. 16-1 for Ideal Pal, Golden Eye Diamond, first time blinkers, gets a £3 allowance for being a maiden, but has got a mountain to climb here. 66-1 chance, waiting for 2 more to move in to the gates. Mia Maria is one of those, and the other one being Golden Eye Diamond. Jockey's dismounted. He's trying to usher the horse forward along with a number of stalls handlers, but shying away from the gates once again. Looks far from reluctant to move in. Still waiting for Mia Maria as well. as rain continues to fall at Gowr. It's already soft ground, could be looking at heavy if these conditions deteriorate. So we could well be going without GoldenEye Diamond here. Mia Maria being led forward. Let's rejoin Jerry Hannon for the call.
Last time. They're all in. Let's get across to Jerry Hannon.
They're off. In the fifth race, the Listen to Beat race over a mile, and pushed on to lead in these early stages is Ideal Pal, being followed by the grey filly Mia Maria, who's tracked by Barman and Stormy Bell, and dropped in last of the five. There's Breaking Story, returning from a break. Continuing right up the far side of the track, just a little over 3/4 of a mile to run. And it's Ideal Pal and Ben Cohen in the lead from Mia Maria and Ushinor. Barman is third, Ronan Whelan, and then Stormy Bell, Gavin Ryan with the back marker, Breaking Story, and Robbie Colgan. Racing across the top of the track, and order maintained in these early stages. Ideal Pal followed by Mia Maria, Barman, and Stormy Bell on the inside of Breaking Story. Heading for the halfway stage, and it's Ideal Pal, stoked by Mia Maria, who contested a Group 3 last time out. This pair a couple of lengths in front of Barman, then Breaking Story and Stormy Bell. Making the run into the straight with 3.5 furlongs to go in the Listen to Beat race. And it's Ideal Pal, joined on the outside by the smooth travelling Mia Maria, then Breaking Story, Barman and Stormy Bell. Heading for the stands rail once again, and Mia Maria on the near side is the leader, taking over, but only just from Ideal Pal. Breaking Story is right behind them, and then Stormy Bell, who's trying to stay on the far side of Barman. Racing down to the final furlong, Mia Maria, Ideal Pal in the centre. On the left-hand side is Stormy Bell, then Barman and Breaking Story. Inside the final 150 yards, and it is a changing picture. Barman with a flourish, take it up and win it. From Ideal Pal, Mia Maria, Stormy Bell, Breaking Story.